Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of restoring the ShopMate circular saw. Let's recap what went on in part 1. We were able to rewire it. We were able to repair the switch, or really kind of reconfigure what was going on so that the switch works like new again. We were able to figure out how to get the whole thing apart so we could lubricate and grease it. We got it all back together. It's all working fine. And now we're going to pick up in the cosmetics phase. So it's still day 1, and we're going to take care of it. We're going to polish it, and then we're going to actually work on the wooden crate as well. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get busy. All right, we are now in essentially cosmetics phase. So what I'm going to start with is, you can see the shadows are getting longer, it's getting later. This took me much longer than I anticipated. So I'm going to start with just WD-40 and a Scotch-Brite sponge, and we're going to see how quickly this will clean up and how well it will. I think it'll clean up good. I think it had a good finish on it at one point. Yeah, look at that. Look at how nice that's going to clean up. Look at that. So we're going from that to that just with a little WD-40. I don't know how well it'll all clean up this way, but we'll try it. Because we are going to put polish on it after. Nice. All right, let's keep going. See how fast we can actually do this, because I only have about an hour tops to finish, maybe half hour. Alright, we're mostly cleaned up here. On this part. So I would say I'm going to switch over, get it off the board. We don't need that anymore. Just do it here. Keep it clean. So I'm just going to apply, I'm going to try the light metal polish on a rag. And see how that cleans this up. Took a lot of black off that. But it looks to me like this is gonna work. We're just gonna use the light metal polish. No steel wooling it, just rag and polish. Alright, it's gonna go through a lot of rags here. That's one coat. Let's try two. Honestly, this stuff just doesn't want to come out. Wow. It's doing its job, that's for sure. That's nice. Very nice. All right, so you don't need to see all of this. I'm going to continue, and my phone battery is dying, so I'm going to continue, and I'll be back. Mostly polished. That cleaned up a little bit, not much. It's just rusty. This part cleaned up nice, so I'm gonna actually put it back together. The final steps. I think this came out, the body came out fantastic. Oh, let me get a clean pair of gloves because my other gloves are filthy. My hands are dirty, my gloves are dirty. See if I know how this thing went back together now. That one in there. A lot of pieces here. This piece is in here. Before I do that, I think there's a bolt here. This guy, let me wire brush this guy. Washer. that bolt? Let me find that bolt and I'll be back. All right, it's all together. All these pieces are in. I'm gonna put a blade in now. And we've got, this is the blade I took out of it. So it's a 7 1/4. I've got a nice red Diablo blade to put in there. Kind of, you know, dress it up a bit. Let's clean this screw up a bit. On the board so I can tighten it. Alright. My hands are dirty. Let me put some gloves on. I'm gonna give it a final wipe down. It's getting dark out, so I probably won't be able to take my after photo tonight, but I will be able to test it. Look at how nice that came out. Wow. It's too bad this plate couldn't clean up, but man, I tried everything. I wiped it down, I sanded it, or steel wooled it, everything. I could not get it off. It's rusty. So, all right, let me get a board. We'll run a test. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. When do you think the last time this actually cut a board was? Who knows? Let's get the cable out of the way. I want to cut that, and let's give it a shot. How great that was, how quick. It is fast. You can see why the guy used it a lot. Of course, now I got sawdust all over it, but it's a tool. It's meant to be used, and now it can be used. And that's probably the first time it's cut a board in decades. Well, I am pretty happy. We're gonna wrap up for the night. I'm not quite finished with this project, but we're close. We've now got a beautiful working tool. It cuts fantastic, no vibrations, the motor's fast. And it's amazing because this thing was clearly used a lot and it was not taken care of. The amount of caked in dirt, I don't know if it was ever cleaned. It was certainly never greased. But it's getting dark out. I got some cleanup to do. I'm pretty dirty myself, but let's pick up maybe tomorrow, but in the next couple days we'll finish it off. So I'm even gonna work on the wooden crate that it came in and clean that up. So we've got some more fun stuff to do. Take care. Hey everyone, we're back at it, working on the ShopMate project. So what we're gonna do today is we're actually gonna do something we never get to do when we work on old electric tools, almost never anyway, is we have a crate, the original crate that it came with. So we're gonna shine this thing up, get this paint off, take care of all the rusted latches and things on it. It's pretty interesting, really. It's all screwed together with these flathead screws. It's actually going to be fun. Just disassembling some of the stuff, cleaning it up, and then we're going to put a coat of clear or two on it and get it looking good. So let's get busy. don't know what it is. It's kind of some rubbery paint. But it's deep in the grain there, so that's going to require some sanding. Alright, let's see how these old flathead screws are going to come out. Kind of funny, if you look at this screw is completely rusty. These screws are okay. I wonder why that would be. Well, we're going to have to clean all the rust off of this. This thing's okay. We're just going to take it off so we can work on the box a little easier. Screwdriver's too big. I think maybe I should just replace all these screws. This will clean up with a little steel wool probably. These guys are rusty. Good news is all the screws are coming out, no problem. All right. Hit it. We're going to sand it down a little bit. I'm going to use 120. I don't want to get too deep into it. Just kind of want to smooth it out and try to get this blue out. Interesting. This wood is quite soft. I got all the blue out. So you don't need to see me. I'm going to sand around the whole box. When I get done with the 120, I'm going to switch to a 220, smooth it all out. All right, we're all sanded. Looks pretty good. Smooth, no sharp edges. So let's blow off the dust, vacuum out the inside because there's still dust inside. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put Helmsman clear gloss spar urethane. I toyed with the idea of not using gloss and just using a matte finish, but I don't know. I kind of think the gloss is going to look better. Let me vacuum out the inside first. Let's do the lid first. It's going to soak this stuff up. This is very soft, porous wood, so it is going to soak this stuff up like there's no tomorrow. One coat. I'll give you an idea of the improvement. That's one coat. That's kind of your before and after. It's gonna make, can you see that? Make sure you can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, so there's kind of your before and after. It's gonna make a big difference. All right, I'm gonna continue applying this and I'll be back. All right, we got a couple coats on there. It's pretty heavy, as they say, lay it on thick. The wood was really soaking it up like a sponge, literally. So it'll probably need another coat, but right now it's too sticky. So what I'm gonna do to kind of save this brush so I don't have to get another one, I'm just gonna soak it in the urethane, and then I'm just gonna wrap it in a paper towel, and that'll hold it. It'll keep wet. This stuff won't take too long to dry because this wood is so porous. So let's work on these. These hinges are pretty rusty, so let me get some gloves and we'll try the wire brush on them. Really doesn't take long at all. All right. That's one. Got all the rust off it anyway. I'm gonna do the second one and I'll be back. Okay. Taking all the loose rust off these guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime them using the rust inhibitive primer, and then I think I'm going to paint them, and I'm just debating if I'm going to paint them black or if I'm going to paint them bright metal. All right, this is a little tricky. There's a lot of rust on it. I took off what I could with the wire brush. Tried to get in there with sandpaper, but I don't want to nick this and scratch that up. So what I'm going to use is navel jelly. So I'm just going to brush it on and leave it there for a while, and wash it off. all I gotta do with that. I guess I can put some on the inside a little bit. There's a little rust inside here. Might as well stop it from rusting in the future. Alright, let's see how our hinges are coming out. Alright, here's the hinges, and I really like the black. Get a couple runs on them. I put it on a little thick, that's for sure. But I think that the black will look good on this wood rather than making them silver. Interesting, that one's bent, clearly bent. But instead of just doing them matte black, I was looking for matte black hammered paint, and I think I used it all up on the fireplace job. But I did find this stuff. Matte hammered cast iron. I don't know. Let's give this a shot. See what it looks like. Looks like, wow. This is hammered, all right. Whew, stinks too. It's pretty good. We'll see what that looks like. If it doesn't look good, I'll paint it black. A lot of metallic in this paint too. Alright, so the hinges, that's the hammered cast iron from Krylon, and they look good. They look good. Maybe it would have looked better black, I don't know. But either way, let's put these guys in. I found some replacement screws, stainless, that should work. Make sure they're not too long. They're close. Nope, they're not too long. It's kind of interesting how the hinges on this go on the outside and the back. If they go on the inside, over here. Kind of unique. I received a call, and so my phone hung up. But it's just as well. It gave me a good opportunity to change the camera angle to something a little bit more appropriate. Again, I'm not tightening these yet. It's about the same as it did before, which is not great. All right. Well, I have screws for this hinge. The question is, do I want to paint it or not? And I don't think I do. It's okay as it is. All right, I'm gonna wash the evaporust, didn't use evaporust, the navel jelly off these, and I think I'm gonna just paint them with a brush because they're too rusty not to do anything with, so I'll probably do that. Since there's so little to really do here, and I don't want to get any paint on this, and I don't want to try to mask it all up, so I'm just gonna brush on some primer and then brush on some paint. Covering up the inside because there was rust in here and I just don't want it to leak through. This one doesn't seem to have much rust. Alright, just gotta let that dry, and then we can paint. Alright, same deal. I'm just going to spray it into the cap. And brush it on. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. There's a completed case. We've got our completed saw. Not bad. Not bad at all. This was a pretty big job. I will say I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the grades of these types of saws. I think the saw looks fantastic. It works fantastic. And you know, it'll probably run another 20, 30 years now. I don't think I'll give it much use, but I'm going to probably donate this. I gotta think about it. This one was a lot of work. It really looks sharp, but it has a wood case and I don't want to take it out of the wooden case, but maybe I'll put it on display on top of the case. As I said in the beginning, it's not often you get to do a little woodworking or woodcraft work when you're restoring old tools like this. So it was a bonus to have the case, and I'm really happy how it all came out. So if you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe. I've always got more videos like this coming. I'm always on the lookout for old tools and things like that to restore. And you know, if you find an old saw like this and you want to bring it back, it's not that hard. You can do it. Don't be intimidated. Just go out, get busy. Take care.